Hello, good morning. Happy Thursday. We are so close to Halloween. I can't stand it. I love it. So we're getting real spiritual over here in the Carr household, or just creepy. I don't know. Front yard's all decked out. Pretty excited. Okay, so daily vibe check. Let's see what's going on. Let's see what Spirit wants us to know on this fine Thursday. What do we need to know for our greatest and highest good? What messages we have? Keeping in mind too that sometimes these readings may not resonate with you, which means it may not work. It may not work for you today, but kind of keep in the back of your mind because it will apply. Or it may not make sense to you right now, and it could very well later when something crosses your path and you're like, oh, whoa, I knew that was coming, but I didn't. At least you are mentally prepared for when this happens, whatever vibe is happening today. All right, let's see what Spirit wants us to know. Okay. We've seen a lot of delay and setbacks this entire month. It's crazy because, well, between COVID and 2020 in general, and Mercury in retrograde and Mars in retrograde, we're kind of a hot mess right now. And then, and an election year. So, insanity these days. But the upside is I'm seeing lots of people empower themselves and find their voices and stand up and stand up for what they believe in, and walk away from people and situations that have done nothing but cause them to not live authentically. And I know I say live authentically a lot, and I'm wondering if that's something that we need to maybe talk about like in a separate video, because there's so much that goes into living authentically and making that choice, and most people don't realize just how not authentic they are. Or they think that they can't live a certain way, and that's just not true. All right, so first thing that comes up is the Three of Wands reversed. Now, this is when it's upright, there are ships in the background. He's like waiting. He's planted the seeds of the two. He's started growing his garden or his business. A lot of times I think of Wands as entrepreneurial, like not just about the money, but like that drive to do something on your own, to create something and see where it goes from there. And this is kind of waiting for the ships come in, but they seem to be taking longer than what we expected. And then the next card is the Three of Pentacles. Now, this card is about mentorship and teamwork. So it's all followed by the two, I keep getting these crazy glares, the Two of Swords. Now, the Two of Swords is all about having to make a choice, and you're kind of stuck and you're not sure where to go or what to do or what choice to make, and you have to just like close your eyes, balance all the possibilities, and see and just take the time to figure out which path. It means you're faced with, two or more paths, and you're not quite sure what to take. Now, the Oracle card that came up is taking shelter. The answers are within. So let me give you a scenario. So say you have applied for a job, or you have applied for, let's say, a grant. Oh, here we go. Let's say you've applied for a grant, but you still haven't heard anything, and you're not really quite sure if this money's coming in or when it's coming in, or do you have to have it before you can do this? Maybe work with a team. Work with a mentor, work with someone who is knowledgeable and is able, because this is 2 threes, like right in a row. You got your Three of Wands and your Three of Pentacles. And the Three of Wands reverse is just, your ships are coming. They're just a little slow today. The wind, they're just not, the wind isn't blowing just the right way yet. But with the Two of Swords, you've got that feeling of, I'm going to have to make a choice. I'm going to have to choose something. I'm going to have to choose something. I'm going to have to. Guess what? You don't right now. You can turn within, and that's what these work really well together. Turn within, turn in, and work with someone who you aspire to be like. Well, that kind of came out of nowhere. So if you see someone who is successful at something that you would like to do, and you can't figure out why you're not getting the things that coming to you that you're working for, maybe stop and say, I wonder what I'm doing. I wonder if I'm like spinning my wheels and not, in mud, and I'm not going to get anywhere, even though I'm putting all this energy and I'm expending all this energy. Maybe I'm not going to get anywhere. What path should I do? Where should I go to get this jump started again? I feel like you do have the answers within, but you also need to work with other people, work with spirit. Listen to what spirit has to say. Some people think that you can't hear spirit. They talk to you all the time. You just have to actually listen. That whole show me a sign. Here's your sign. Oh, but that's not the sign I wanted. Show me a sign. So just know that signs come in various ways, and they're not always expected. And, turning inward and trying to make this decision on a path, well, spirit can help you with that. Work with them. Work with spirit to figure out what your goals are and where it should be, and how to bring things to fruition that you're putting all this energy into. You know what you want. You know the end goal, but you're not quite sure how to get to it. Turn to someone who does. Look at other people that are successful. And I'm going to do one more celebrate card. I feel like I'm supposed to. Fear. Interesting. So celebrate the fear that comes with taking a leap of faith and starting something new, living authentically, living in a way that suits you and, provides for you and fills your soul. And a lot of times we choose not to do that out of fear, either fear of failure or fear of judgment or fear of what other people are going to think, fear of the unknown in general. So just know that you can take shelter within yourself, and you can talk to spirit and work with them, work with spirit, work with other humans that know what they're doing, and when they encourage you and they say, hey, you're good at this, believe them. You're not faking your way through this life, especially if you're a Gen Xer. We have been raised to feel like we're faking our way through everything, and that at any moment someone is going to figure us out. So reality, that's not true. That is not true. You're going on a journey just like everybody else. You just have a different perspective. We lived through a lot of different things than what people live through now and what people before us lived through. So we just have a different perspective. And we're not faking our way through things. We're just living our life day to day. And the day you choose to live authentically and be who you are and let that fear go, you're going to be successful. And everyone measures success differently. Success can be money. Success can be relationships. Success can be being able to do whatever you want. And it all depends on how you measure success. But don't be afraid to go for it. Don't feel like you don't deserve and that you fear what happens. What happens if you do succeed? What if you are good at what you do? What if you are talented? What if everything that people have been telling you all along is true? What if? So set aside the fear just know that while it's a little bit delayed, your ships aren't quite coming in yet, you have to set aside your fear and kind of turn inward and go, what can I do? What can I change? How can I live authentically and realize my dreams and realize these things that I want to do and know that I deserve them when I get them, that I deserve good things in my life. Spirit wants us to be successful, period. That we're not here to be miserable the rest of our lives. So take that, stick it in your back pocket. Hopefully it resonates with you. And I hope you all have a fantastic day. Be sure to subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. And go to our Facebook page, sign 3 Women, 1 Vision, and join that group and be able to hear about all upcoming events. And we also give a lot of really good advice there. So have a great afternoon or evening or day, whatever, and we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks.